Hey, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another video. Alright, today, you're damn straight, I'm wearing my dressing gown again. Completely unrelated to the video, but oh my god, is it cold today. I'm sitting at a nice, comfortable, very warm 2 degrees Celsius, which is just fantastic. Oh my god, I'm so cold. I'm so goddamn cold. But anyways, moving on from that. We're back with another episode of Exandria Unlimited Calamity. In the last one, we finally finished a very long, but very good and very enjoyable 3-hour-long fight, which, like as I've just said, I enjoyed the entire lot of it. I found out that Paisha, yeah, she's nuts. She just literally picked up a freaking dead corpse of Lycrisha Hollow. God rest her corpse. Not even, actually, I can't even say it's a corpse. It's not even a corpse anymore. I don't know what you would class it as. Just a mush. Just a skeleton. Man, she fucked her up so bad. And then got a skeleton and damn near made a dance. Oh. God, sorry, no, I'm just thinking of that now. It's actually terrifying. What is wrong with her? God, she's messed up. But it was cool nonetheless. So they defeated Lycrisha, and then we went on to a pretty big break, and then came back to an unexpectedly wholesome and emotional moment between Loquacious and Laren. Was not expecting that off the bat of a 3-hour-long high-octane fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Said high octane again. I swear to God, I never say that word until I'm making these videos, and especially Exandria Unlimited Calamity. I don't know what it is. I think it's just in my brain now. Every time I make this video, just high octane. Say it. It comes out, and I at this point I just can't help it. So we're gonna crack on. We're a nice 2 minutes in now. I'm gonna sit here in my nice comfortable dressing gown. And we're gonna get some high. I was gonna say it again. Oh no. It's in my brain. Just move. Let's start the episode. I wonder if I counted, like, put a little tally chart of how many times I said the word high octane. It would probably be up there right now, but I can't be bothered to sift through like what we at, like 10 hours worth of episodes. I think each of them would be like about 4 hours long, so yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. But it must be a lot. It must be up there.
Like an Arcana check from you, if I can get it.
29.
As you say, you see reports coming in from Callum. He's at the downed Eldritch battery, the one battery that was, it was in a neighborhood called Okun, which has
right.
like
Oh yes. Sorry, I remember that bit. Yes. So they all had to roll, and depending on, was it a 12 they had to get over? I think it was something like that. And goddamn, was it Sam? Dude got like 2 natural 20s. Who does that? Oh, what an absolute chat.
Because it's an older neighborhood. There were a lot of like temples and stuff there. The Lost Cathedral was there, places like that. It just got overwhelmed and taken down. He reports that in addition to, actually, I'll just say Callum's mask lights up at this moment. And he says, Architect Arcane, I am sorry if I am...
You're fine. Go ahead.
The
Beautiful.
city's defenses, the Chancellor's Guard, the various automata and spell glyphs were able to repel most of this assault. Chancellor's Guard has been alerted right now. We know that there are malcontents within the city's perimeter.
Ugh,
but
not malcontents,
we've
the
lost 1
worst.
of 12. The rest are defended. That accounts for a little over 8% of the city's energy that we've lost. The battery was also defaced. The people who attacked these horrifying, mutilated men, they...
Oh no, we've seen them. We know what they look like.
That I'm unable to read.
Can you
Is it
show me
draconic?
What does it look like?
Wait, was it draconic?
He
No,
sort of
no.
gives you something. What languages do you speak?
Let's look, 'cause I don't know.
I speak
Draconic,
Celestial.
Elvish, and Marquesian.
You know
because I
it's
thought
not
it was
those.
cool.
There are some names. I think on this high Arcana check, you recognize the script as primordial, which is, you know, these are infernal rune-covered people, so that's a bit of a confusing thing. You see, Callum says, "If you wish, I have ritually prepared a deciphering of scripts. I can try to."
Please do. Thank you.
I'll send you the message as soon as I have the chance to decipher it. You do the math in your head real quick. You lost 8% of the city's energy earlier tonight with the test for the layrite.
Yeah.
You've lost another 8% right now. 25% of the city's energy is necessary for the Drashari tithe. 50% is necessary for for what you wanted to accomplish. Another 20% is spoken for, which was going to, at the beginning of this morning, leave 5% of the city's energy behind for the replenishment.
Shit, indeed. Oh, God. Oh, everything's gone wrong. No.
What does that mean?
Short the tithe. We need
Okay.
to make up the energy.
Callum looks at you and says, "My lady, I will do as I am ordered, but does the Septarian or
If this goes badly, you were just following my orders.
No skin off your nose, my fellow. But if you do kill us, I will blame
chief
you.
artificer has ever under-delivered on the..."
Blemish.
Very well. We've lost 16%, and that can be made up by shorting the tithe. Thank you, my lady.
Oh my God.
You're shorting the tithe.
All of this to do what she wants to do?
But they'll certainly find out about this.
And what will they do?
I don't know.
A bunch of addled mystics on the ground don't understand. It will be fine.
Is that racism? Does that get classed as racism?
How will it be fine?
A
What are
rate.
you hoping to accomplish with this?
No, I was gonna try and think of something funny. Never mind. Carrying on.
You won't live to see this happen again. So I'm going to get it right. This apogee. I need 50% of the energy that we've stored in the last 7 years.
At least
That's a lot
do
of
this
energy, dude.
Smartly. Say that it was someone else. Find someone to blame. I can put out a report that your underling went rogue and did this on his own.
It can't be them.
Why not?
This is my choice. History will remember me.
History is not true, all right? History is whatever people decide to put out into the public. They might never know.
It's true.
that
It's
you
got a point.
exist
Oh, government.
unless someone like me tells them. And I can't if you're going against everything that the city stands for.
They don't know it yet, but this is what the city stands for. We took the top of a mountain into the clouds. It was always about reaching. And we're just reaching a little farther and it's scary, and we have to break rules to do it.
I mean, it's a bit more than reaching a little forward. You know, I mean, I was going to say, there's cutting off the top of a mountain and, you know, using magic and shit to make it float into the sky and float around and collect all this energy and the replenishment and yada, yada, yada. And then reaching a little further to you is traveling to different dimensions and different realms and shit. That seems like a massive leap to me. I mean, that could just be me, but floating into the sky, traveling to different realms.
But if it works,
maybe that's
it'll be
just
worth
me.
It has to be worth it. I'm sorry. I've come too far.
I thought I knew you.
I mean, she has dedicated her life to this.
You've always wanted this?
I've always wanted to do as much as I can and to leave my mark on the world.
Even if it's
It could be a scar,
a
though,
mark
not a mark.
of shame?
It could scar the world
If it
instead.
works, it won't be. I promise.
All right. I'll when will others find out about this?
When we land, everything that goes into the replenishment fires. We just need to land, and all will be well. It's going to
Do you remember that little prophecy about how you'll never reach, what was it, the motherland or whatever? You'll never reach Russia. The Earth Mother,
You're gonna need to
whatever
start
that
talking to
saying
people
was.
right away. These batteries were attacked all over the city, and if this needs to be quiet for 12 hours, you have people to speak to.
Sure. I'll just go about starting to reach out and sending little pneumatic tubes with messages all over the place.
I want you to give me an insight check and a deception check.
No.
Insight 19. Deception 1,000,000.
So, I was asking you to roll an insight and a deception into yourself.
Oh, the poetry.
I mean, he did get 1,000,000, so.
You are much better at... You are a man of many faces.
Quite literally.
I'd love to know how Loquacious hides from how deep his love is for this person as these messages make their way across the city, because you and I both know it's not the first time that you have protected the person for whom you care.
So it's this. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So okay. Obviously, I know like when you create a character in D&D, you create usually like a pretty extensive background, especially probably these guys. Also, oh, I love it. Anyways, yeah, obviously you make a pretty extensive background and you give that to your DM, who then, you know, keeps all the relevant information to themselves until they need to, you know, they need to explain it and tell it and stuff like that. I assume, given the faces of everyone here, nobody knows what Loquacious has been has protected Laren from. The information to which people don't need to know. If that makes, I said that in the worst, most horrible way possible. He's hid information from other people to protect her, is what I'm trying to say. And obviously they don't know what it is, not even Laren herself. knows what it is. Oh, but yeah, obviously she doesn't know what it is, but you know, the character Laren, I assume, also doesn't know. What is it? What is it? What's he been hiding? What's he been protecting her information from? To whom? Why? So many questions. Do you know how to get answers, Ryan? Fucking play the goddamn video.
I'm in everyone that I speak to, I don't mention Laren's name. And who do we know? Who's a good scapegoat? I'll say that that Dean Hollow has caused a disturbance, but we can't report on it yet because we have to run it up through proper channels, which have been disrupted by various closures of prophecy and various vacancies of positions, and we just need time to formulate things. But I don't mention the Architect Arcane at all. And I also
he does care.
Any of my
so
underlings
adorable.
who know where I am or who I am with.
How?
Hush hush.
How did they break up, man? I mean, I know why, but
terminated.
Oh, good God. Terminated as in fired, or terminated as in
of bending powerful institutions to your will.
I don't really want to find out.
Many
Not if I was them, anyways.
The inner truth of what you are trying to do in this moment. There are a lot of stories in Exandria of mortals who stumbled their way into the Feywild and fell in love with an enchanting fairy that they met there. But there's one story of a fairy who stumbled into this world and fell in love.
I'm also going to, if I can, if there's time or if I have the equipment needed, or if I can get somewhere, I'd like to record a message.
Oh. Yeah.
Like a message to be played upon.
Don't say his death or something.
My disappearance or death or
God
something.
damn it, don't. This isn't, don't. This isn't foreboding, is it? This isn't.
I talk about a great evil that showed
He's not foreshadowing.
its head on the day of our landing, and the powerful forces that tried to keep it quiet, but one voice was strong enough to see through and tell the truth and expose the lies, and that was Laren. And I stood in her way and wouldn't let the truth come out because I was afraid that it would worry the citizens too much, and submit my resignation as the herald of Avalier. But I don't release that. It's just it's on a crystal somewhere.
Avalier's greatest reporter, who dedicated his life in the service of the truth, knows the importance of a good lie. And
fucking well played, D&D.
Story that is very
critical role, well played.
We are going to move back to Dawn's Ledge.
You're telling me that was heavy shit. Okay. This past
we return. In the
this episode and a bit's been
the mage's
tough shit.
Xerxes, as you turn your attention back to the ground to counter that spell, by the time you look back, the Arrhenius, who had wounded you, Zartaza, she is shadow on the wind. She's gone.
Yeah.
Also, real quick. Yes, in the last episode when we were when the whole fight thing was happening and they were talking about the deal and things that had been made, and I was like super confused and thought it was going to be a big reveal. Yeah, I completely overlooked the part where he is it a mirror that he goes into or something, or when he talks to the devil creature. I don't know who it is. I'm going to call him Asmodeus from now on. I mean, for all I know, it could be Asmodeus. Maybe his name's been given in my foul memory has once again betrayed me, which could well be the case. But I'm going to call him Asmodeus from now on. So Asmodeus had given him a deal, but of course, when he went through, he forgot what it was, right? Like he forgot the talk that he had or something. Too much info's going on.
You are here, and the fireworks subside. In a few moments after that, as you stand, you survey the perimeter. Once again, on your sending stone, Captain Sashara Drake comes over and says, "First night, we have secured all but one of the batteries. I'm getting reports in that everything appears to be safe for the moment. We do not know these individuals. There were some fiends with them, but the guard was able to repel them. We had stores of silver weaponry in case. And do you know who these men were? Who the mutilated,
We're still gathering evidence. I need you to do your part to make sure that you have your people on those sites, gathering any evidence that they can, any notes. I want them to be able to recall anything that any of these individuals have said. Most likely it's going to be in a language they may not understand, so we need to really rely on anything that they can to recall this.
We'll copy it script perfect and get whatever we can to you if it's in a language you don't recognize. They did come with Artificer's tools.
Perfect. Just keep me posted on the status.
We'll do first night.
Swooping back down with Tempest back to the party that's still here.
You arrive, Nidus. You are sitting on a swirling vortex of memories that you lanced out of the mind of this mage before.
What did he see? Did he get a lot of information from it?
Ask. Also, this is your first time upon reconvening from the trip to the Herald's Tome, to the Hall of Prophecy, and to the Magisterium. So you are all gathered. At least one of you who was on each of those missions is here.
I find it so funny because, to me, and I mean, obviously, if I watched it in one go, it wouldn't be that bad. But obviously, because I watch it periodically throughout the week, to me, that seems like such a goddamn long time ago when they split up and went their own separate ways and did their own thing. And obviously, they've all finally came back here. To the point where I don't even remember them not being apart. They've always just been together. And that's because for the past 3 hours and 20 minutes when this fight's been going on, actually this started the fight, right? So I think the fight was already going on, or they were already together at least in episode 2 at the end of it. So it's just for the longest time they've been together that you completely forget that these characters, everything that's happened has been in the same day. They've had one hell of a day. Let me just say that.
You have these memories you're
Wouldn't
holding
be
on
me.
to.
I mean, it would be if magic was involved. So badass.
Holding it in your mind, right? Yeah. What do you do as you gather here on the street?
Telepathic bond is still on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to immediately check in with the 2 that have left just to make sure that they're okay. I just need to hear your voice to make sure you're fine.
Yes, did you die when we left, or is everyone okay?
It's okay on this end. We'll come back together. We're trying to sort out the aftermath. We'll keep you in the loop.
Real quick, can I see the stars?
You look up and can see the stars as the fireworks fade.
Great. Nidus is just going to be... I've extracted memories from one of the assailants. There is a lot, and I think it will take me a minute once I start to process them. Is there anything we need to discuss?
Do you mind if I store these and record your memories?
Of course.
All right. I pull around my orb and kind of expands, almost looking a little bit like a silver screen, like a projector.
This is.
Just trying to pull his memories and hold it on the screen.
I'm going to say, Pasha and Nidus, you pull a reel of memories into this orb. This is your entire specialization, the minds of the people of Avalier. And you pull all those memories in there. It's the memories of a very troubled, like insomnia-addled mage. But your orb is powerful enough that you may be able to spot things in this person's memory that even he was not. But it will be sort of up to the dice, essentially.
Kind of just do a little bit of like some cantrip shit. And I don't want to, you know.
I do love myself a bit of cantrip shit.
Cantrips. But you know,
How many
kind of
slots?
using-
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how many slots and stuff did they use in that last fight? Because obviously, it seemed like it went on for ages, but realistically, it was only like 2 rounds, right? It wasn't actually that many rounds. I'm pretty sure each character only attacked twice. They had like 2 rounds. I mean, because let's face, Jesus Christ, like they start doing stuff, and like 20 minutes later, they've done like 25 attacks with 1 like spell slot or some shit like that. Because they're like, yeah, I'm just gotta roll this dice. Awesome. So I get this, and this. I get to double attack. I get to do a swirly whirly. I get to do a backflip. I jump on his back. I stab him in the head. Fireball down the mouth. And that was just a cantrip, baby. It's nuts what you could do at a higher level.
Emotion type of thing to just
Pretty sure it was only
try
2
and
rounds, right?
Just think purely and calmly.
You are, much like the psychometric chamber earlier, you're essentially recreating the mind of a now dead man in your orb. Powerful magics of the Age of Arcanum. It's going to take you guys a minute to go through all this.
All right.
And I think as the orb begins to glow, you begin to see much. You begin to see much. While that's happening, Saret and Xerxes, is there anything you guys are doing that you'd be able to do immediately, because this is going to take a minute?
Those were fiends.
They were.
A demon. You spoke.
Yeah, dude, definitely caught on to that.
What do you mean?
Get him.
You.
I mean,
When they
have you
were
ever seen
gathered,
Harry Potter, my
you
friend?
spoke the same guttural, incomprehensible language.
I don't recall that at all. I told them to stand down.
How is that possible? How could you speak a language you don't know?
Insight.
Telling you, Harry Potter did it. I'm just saying.
24.
Okay.
Your ring is not glowing.
Oh shit.
So he's not lying.
Yeah, seems
So he genuinely doesn't know.
Were we there? Did we hear it as well?
Yeah, you all heard it.
Whatever you may say, Xerxes, we heard you speak their language.
Would I know that it, like, even if I don't speak Infernal, after having the runes and kind of, would I know that that's Infernal when he was speaking?
The language, yeah, you recognize it by sound.
the Hall of Prophecy. Did you learn anything?
Yes.
That's what happened.
The oracles there, who of course aim to touch the divine, have been going mad. Their heads filled with false prophecy and lies.
False prophecies determined by who?
Ramblings by the chief diviner.
False as in?
Babble, nonsense,
So they think.
things that cannot be true.
Inside check.
Thank you.
Inside check on Nidus.
Deception versus insight.
You're not trusting people anymore?
What is happening here?
I don't know.
We can't turn against
I'll get to
each
why in
other,
a second.
guys.
22.
20.
22 and 20.
Because he saw what the prophet saw, right?
You are
Or the oracle saw.
you're a man who studies the delineation between when someone is being honest and when someone is telling a lie. And you've been doing this for a long time. There are areas off of that scale that are always the most alarming to you. Because sometimes people say something that they know is not true, and sometimes they say something that they believe is. But there are things that people say that they don't relate to as being true or false. They relate to as being something deeper. And on a 22, you see Nidus saying it's gibberish, and it's not a statement, it's a plea.
Got it. False prophecy. Loquacious and I went to the Herald's Tome. We found files on Vespin Chloris. Many of these people were involved in speaking about the tree having, what was it? The City of Crows bears the name of trees. They knew about the battery.
Oh, there's so much going on, man.
Sorry.
It's like 3 different storylines. All this feels like fucking Game of Thrones, man. I never even watched Game of Thrones, but I that's why I didn't watch Game of Thrones. There's too many storylines going on at once. But yeah, it does feel very like, well, not Game of Thrones-esque, you know, but like you get like the different stories going on, even though it's all converging into one story. But because they all separated and went to 3 different areas, and 3 different things happened in each of those areas. Now they've all convened back, and now they've got to piece the little bits together of information that they got, and they've also got to try and figure out why the hell Xerxes is casually talking Infernal. It doesn't make sense, because he didn't even know that he was talking it. And he's having dreams about weird demon things and his child. He's a betrayer god.
I want you to give me an insight check.
A secret betrayer god. Doesn't even know it.
What?
19.
20.
Nidus, however you are holding on to what you heard in the Hall of Prophecy, I think you see Serret see into you. And however that leaves you feeling, you are seen in this moment by him.
I think the fact that he doesn't press me on it, and that he allows me to continue to hold on to my plea, makes me want to, honestly emboldens me to hold on to it tighter.
The stars are still in the sky. The stars are still in the sky.
Yeah, there's a respect between these stations.
They have not left us yet.
Sorry, I'm trying to understand, like, what does he mean by the stars are in the sky? I'm getting confused by that part. Is that something I should know, or is that just a thing? Did he cast something? Is that something they can do? I have no idea. Sorry, that bit's confusing me.
One other thing. When Loquacious was in the Herald's Tome and pulling these files, these crystals, there was
Didn't he hide one of them? Something? Oh,
forgive me, on EVANDRIN.
yeah.
That was entirely empty.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Somebody trying to erase.
There's so much that we don't understand and pieces that are not fitting together.
There is.
You said you saw him in your dream.
I did. Saw him in my dream. He approached the tree that was growing out of the hand of the betrayer god.
Is the tree out of the hand supposed to be
trees.
symbolism for something?
Blossoms blew on a breeze towards him, and that caused him to vomit and retch in a way that I think I just saw these fiends do in the middle of our confrontation just now. And I know we know everything is related, but we just do not have all the missing pieces yet.
I would ask Laren if she was here, but she's not.
But she's here.
So you
I'll
can
ask her.
talk to her.
Do you know if EVANDRIN ever had access to the battery, to the tree?
Do I know that?
Do you know?
I don't.
He never spoke about it, never mused about it, never wondered, said anything you would recall.
I didn't know that tree was there. I know that he had business to take care of as the first knight. He has tasks and missions that I was not always aware of, but I don't know anything about an encounter that he may have had with that tree.
I believe you.
You said there, like his name was stricken.
It's getting somewhat confusing.
Like it was stolen or erased.
Not that I ever understood anything anyways, but...
His name was stricken?
It was in the name of the reporter was Elena Tuveris.
That's right.
The woman that Loquacious said he fired. Elena Tuveris was her name, and she had a name in her file of crystals, EVANDRIN Altera. Now, lots of reporters would have a file for EVANDRIN Altera. He was the first knight for 2.5 years.
But he...
Having something in a
But
file
all of that was
with
gone.
name on it, in Sarah's mind, it's the thing that's unusual about it is it would be like seeing a grocery list that said milk, eggs, bread, nothing else.
Yeah.
Somebody's hiding something.
Hmm.
Clearly. We have so little time to figure out what is happening.
Exactly, where do you go? Who do you ask? Who's hiding something? Is it Success? Are you secretly hiding something?
What if he's not dead?
Oh my god, what a reveal! That's not a reveal, but you know.
Something else.
What a theory.
What would that possibly be?
I think you know.
You asked to not remember, and I obliged.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. What are you talking about? What?
We've been friends for decades. I've been around for a long time, and I don't know if I've ever seen a desperation quite like yours when you came to me. You remember coming to me?
I do. I remember coming to you, but I remember that we agreed not to talk about that.
Do you want to talk about it? Is it relevant now?
I was desperate for help. Vandrin was dying, so I came
What
to
did
ask
you
for
do?
help to see if there was a cure. I was convinced that this
I'm
place
only
had a cure.
bringing it up because it seems relevant.
What did he do?
I didn't know who else to go to. He was slipping away from me, and I knew that somewhere in the scrolls and the information that you had, there had to have been something that you had access to that could have helped him, but we found nothing.
No, we found something. But it's old. It was old magic. Ancient,
Something I should have foreseen.
druidic,
Sorry, I've got Harry Potter on the brain now.
The barriers between life and death with the old god. We knew it was a gamble with the ascension of the Matron of Ravens, and I gave no guarantee it would work.
No.
I told you it didn't
No.
work, that we found nothing, that it was impossible.
I apologize. But I must ask, what exactly did you attempt?
It is my duty and my purview to keep what knowledge is exposed and spread throughout into Exandria, and what knowledge is not. And I hold that title very dear and sacred. But I hold that title.
Means I can break that title.
I am the one who holds the key. So, I found a ritual that That is considered forbidden by those who make rules. But death has a new owner over the past century or so. It was a risk. But
God damn it, come out and say it, man. I'm on the
didn't
fucking edge of my
fail
seat.
in a way that was anticipated. It didn't fail in a way that felt like the snuff of arcanum when you're blowing out a candle. It was as if the candle suddenly it never existed.
Is this in the group chat?
What?
Is it in the, can everybody hear this?
I came to you and I asked you for help, and then we decided to do this. And you're saying it.
You made him forget?
I've never done anything like that before. I didn't know what to expect, and I still don't know what exactly happened.
But it worked.
I don't know.
Aisha,
Yes.
you've never locked anything away without keeping a hold of the key in case you needed it again.
Could you make him
If
remember?
you wish to return Xerxes' memory to him, you may.
Oh!
Is this in the group chat?
I hope it's a good
Is
chat.
this in the group chat? Are our microphones on?
We're off.
Did we mute our Zoom?
We're off just hanging out.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's just sitting there like,
Divorce moment.
Yeah.
it's just awkward.
What are you doing Friday night?
There's a lot of truths that need to be revealed and a lot of people holding secrets, and I think that we all need to be together and just put everything on the table.
Unlock his memory. Oh my god,
We
I
have to
want to
do it
know,
quickly.
please. Oh, please, do
The
it.
elimination is your choice, but
I want to know. I want to know why I don't know. Was it your decision?
it was yours.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Now is the time. The
I
city
want
is
to
under
know,
attack.
what
The city's under attack.
did
This
she
whole
do to
time, I'm
him?
also still like holding my phone.
What happened to him?
Doing we're at 98%.
Multitask.
Yeah, multitasking. If you wish to be together, Laren has just as much of a right to this knowledge as you do.
I'm gonna get into the group chat. Laren, we need to come together immediately. There's some information about Evandrin that is about to be shared that I wasn't aware of, that I think you should probably hear.
Please, I want to hear.
It's all gonna help us understand what our next move is. It's another part of the connective tissue about all of this. We all have to come together immediately.
Can I make an insight check? Does he know?
No.
Give me an insight check.
God, there's so much going on here. I want to know the truth.
Dirty 20.
He doesn't know.
Okay. And I want to go and
So you're going to get him and go, or are you going to leave
Do you want
without
to
him?
back in the street corner? Do you go back to Gallimore?
Should we go down towards the core?
yeah, you can come down here. That's fine.
We'll go there.
Head underground.
You head underground into the Meridian Labyrinth. You go down.
there?
Captain Drake.
Yeah.
Captain Drake has taken all of her guards. She's fanning out over the city.
Okay.
Like right now, it's being kept quiet. There's still revelers. You can still hear the music coming from Excelsior Plaza, but some people know that battery went down. That neighborhood is losing power. It's in the bottle for a second, but maybe the time is coming fast. You gather in the Meridian Labyrinth. You're in a long hallway. It is a triangular hallway, like a flat floor, and then sides that come in, runes all along, coursing electricity, ether going through cables of copper and glass. You convene.
Before they're out, can I try one? Can I pitch you on something very cheeky and stupid?
Yeah, do it.
You mentioned the little battery on my hip that grabbed that ether
Yeah.
when I successfully counterspelled. Can I try to give that to Quay when he's not looking and give him a spell slot back?
Yeah, you can do that. That spell slot, will say you could also put into the etheric net itself if every drop counts, unless you want Quay to have it.
Who looks like that?
None of this matters if he doesn't make it.
You slip it into his pocket. Before they arrive, Callum.
If that comes in clutch later on, if there's a moment where, like, you know, he doesn't know and he's like, shit, what am I going to do? And he figures out he still has a spell slot available. That's going to be a great moment. But this is what I'm talking about when it comes to metagaming and not... Obviously, they're pros at it now. Obviously, they've been doing it for years, but I figure, like, normal people, like, noobs at it, would, like me, for example, I would suffer so badly with it, with trying to not metagame, because obviously Sam knows that he currently has that, Loquacious has that in his pocket to use as a spell slot, so he now has an extra spell slot back, but of course Loquacious does not, because she slipped it in his pocket without him knowing. So I feel like metagaming is really difficult to work around, at least in my head anyways. Maybe when I'm actually playing the game it'll be a lot easier, but it also reminds me of a movie, and I can't for the life of me remember what it is. And I've been like literally years been trying to figure this out. And for all I know, it could have been a dream, and I'm completely making this up, and it's just hilarious. But there's these two people, okay, and this is completely irrelevant, by the way. You can skip this part if you want, but there's these two people, and they're having a race. Basically, they've got a certain amount of time to make as much money as they can, and they like split off when they come back. I don't remember what the point was, but I don't know if it's like whoever has the most takes all of the money, or whoever has the most gets a freaking job. I have no idea. But the guy walks over to him. One of the guys walks over to the other guy, and he takes out like, I don't know, like $100 or something out, or like a coin or some shit, and he puts it in the dude's pocket, and he taps his pocket and says, "You'll need that for a like, you know, to give yourself a head start because I'm so much better than you." And then when it comes back, it turns out that they had either collected the same amount of money, or the guy was just a little bit ahead of the other guy. And then he realizes that the money that he gave him was in his pocket, and he takes it out and puts it on the pile. And he ends up winning because that guy was arrogant and ended up giving him, you know, money. Again, that could 100% not even exist as a movie premise, and I've got no idea what it is. But I feel like it's something, man. And if you guys somehow, by some sheer miracle, know what that movie is, if it is in fact even a movie, please let me know. It has plagued my mind and my dreams for fucking, I don't know, like 3 years. I shit you not, that's how long. And I've searched for it, I can't find it, and I'm now convinced I've just completely made it up. Back to Exandria.
My lady, we had a difficulty deciphering the words until we realized that they were not words. The writing in Primordial was our names. I don't know of what, but they're proper nouns. Raushan and Comort.
Raushan and Comort. Okay, those don't mean anything to me, but thank you.
You all convene. As you convene together, the orb is ready, but there is this to contend with as well. You have the ability, as you reconvene in this hall, this sort of antechamber. Pesha, you may return this memory whenever you wish.
Are you ready?
I'm not ready.
Please, I want to
It's
know.
just about this memory. It's about.
I'm running out of time, and I really want to know what it is before I have to end it.
I want us all to speak the truth plainly. We're the Ring of Brass, and they use that name to mock us. But we know what that really means. And I believe some of them actually do as well. The time is not for secrets anymore. I cast Zone of Truth.
Oh.
Anyone who wishes may resist, or you may.
I choose to fail. Please, friends.
You choose to. Oh,
I choose to fail my own Zone of Truth. It's not the time.
Roll a natural 20.
Will
You
people
resist.
know if you fail, or
Yes.
if you attempt to fight it?
They will. You will know if
I'll know if they fail.
You'll know if they fail.
What's the DC?
What's that?
What's the DC?
The DC is.
I believe 18.
It's 18. Charisma 18.
Why does it matter?
I mean, with a natural 20, could you, like,
Charisma?
Yes.
obviously resist it, but play it as if you failed, if you know what I mean? So, like, he doesn't know that you've resisted it. Because, I mean, I think all of those basically chose to fail, except Laren, right? She was the only one that decided to try and resist it. Which I don't know why. Why does she want to hide something? I mean, but no. We'll continue. We'll continue.
That's poetic. Natural 1.
Natural 1.
Nice.
A little shook.
Pasha fails. Son of Truth. You failed. Success. What did Nidus get?
Nidus chose to fail, right?
Nidus will fail.
Nidus will fail.
I rolled a 30.
Do I need to know who resisted and who chose to fail?
Well, if you know who failed, it seems like you would know who didn't.
Yes, I would know who didn't.
So let me just double check here.
I'm just curious if I know.
You know
who
what? Yeah, you know
resisted.
whether each creature succeeds or fails. So you know that they have succeeded, which is information in and of itself because you know people can submit to the spell.
I know.
Yeah.
The zone persists.
So then it's kind of like, why would you... Yeah, exactly.
Not like being compelled.
You're not being compelled. You're being.
No, that's what the spell
Xerxes,
is.
the city is under attack. Right? I understand your desire for clarity, but we need to be working together. And if people would like to withhold certain personal information, that should be all right. I apologize that this is not a moment in which we can all be forthright, but there is business that needs to be done.
Ooh.
And I apologize that it cannot be handled in a manner that you enjoy.
Nidus, calm down, dude. Oh my god.
Xerxes stops and looks at Nidus.
Stabs him in the face.
You're my oldest friend,
And you are mine.
and I owe you a great deal, and I don't think I ever recall you speaking to me in this tone.
No.
If it means that much to you for me to let this go, then I will. Let's move forward then together.
We are here.
We are here.
Do whatever you need to do.
I'm in a BM moment right there.
You move forward.
Didn't really make sense because the M of BM is moment.
Your friend's words cut, but I think carry more value than gold because you know that your friend speaks. And I will say, without having to roll, that you know that your friend's failure was intentional. And he wished you to know that he spoke the truth.
So goddamn cute. Best friends.
That's enough for me. Okay.
Another experiment was happening. All of these years. One of my own. If the matron of ravens can do it, so can't we all? And I snap, and you see a little string of white wisp come from my orb. It wraps around Pasha's finger. She delivers it back, and you can see it go into Xerxes' temple.
Reflected in Pasha's orb, such that all can see. But for Xerxes, you see in your mind where this memory first came. A night of desperation. You didn't go to Pasha when the time was there only to save Vandrin, when he finally vanished, when his body disappeared, would you have stopped at death? No.
I wouldn't have ever stopped.
And you didn't. You didn't stop after death. You went to Pasha and asked for magic that could bring someone back. That night, you offered everything you had. You offered whatever it would take to bring him back. You know that Pasha did every step of that ritual perfectly. Candles in a dark sanctum, a spell of true resurrection, powerful enough that not even a fraction of the body would be needed. The name alone.
That's powerful shit. Oh my god, what the fuck?
The candles did not even flutter. The words were spoken, and nothing happened.
And why? Is it because he's not dead? That's why.
Admit that you had done everything.
Sorry, I don't want to pause in this like really like dramatic moment, but I am right in thinking that he didn't die. Xerxes never actually saw him die. He faded away in his arms, right? Now I don't know if that's a death in of itself in D&D, like just, you know, fading away and becoming, you know, one with the wind, like Master Oogway turning into rose petals, you know. But he didn't technically see him die, because he had like an ailment, right? He died of like died of some sort of disease or something. That's what was wrong with him. It was something like that.
And that was too much for you to bear.
So that's why he got the memory taken away, because he realized that even a spell of true resurrection wasn't able to bring him back. But it does answer a question, though. Like,
one of the few moments that the Ring of Brass could not determine her own fate.
So then he's not dead, right?
And
oh my!
I do not accept that.
Pasha. Normally, I would ask for some kind of roll, an arcana check, something of that nature. I don't ask for it when players stone cold guess. What's the simplest explanation for why a resurrection would fail?
They're somewhere else.
Yeah, because he's not fucking dead, boys. Oh!
The voice you heard speaking to you with pride. It was EVANDRIN.
Just as the matron's name has been stricken throughout all of recorded history. If you're saying the same holds true for EVANDRIN, perhaps we didn't fail. It worked.
Where is he then?
I don't know, but we might be able to find him. Can't you see?
Right. When I tried,
Page him.
I did everything right.
Don't say.
No, say
Done with the pager.
Tell them.
Please, please.
I don't know what happened.
Layren, give me a chance. Please.
Sorry. He agreed to it, and he's a friend, and the first night, he agreed to go. When we were trying to jump, I did everything perfectly. I was perfect, and it worked. And then he came back. But something went wrong. I don't know what happened.
You sent EVANDRIN.
I had to try.
Where did you send him? You sent him to where you want us to go?
I wanted us to be able to go anywhere. I started with the celestial plane.
That's where he is?
He came back. He came back and he was fine until he wasn't.
You anchored his soul.
There are very few things in this world I don't know.
Sarah.
Sickness on the mortal form. It doesn't matter anymore.
It wasn't your fault. It was an accident, right?
Celestial chlamydia.
What are you
God damn.
What are you talking about?
That shit'll keep coming back.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? He's not mortal, or I'm not sure.
We separated his consciousness, his pure essence, his being.
You did that.
I didn't do that.
You did that, and you now recognize that that's why what we tried didn't work.
That's exactly what I think.
It's the tree. The tree.
Oh my God.
If that vision you saw was true,
I think it is.
then the calyx is the reason it didn't work, and the calyx is the reason it's pulling power. Those druids are keeping this magic from happening, from being perfected. It was perfect. It was supposed to work. They're interfering. And they're trying to draw magic away.
To keep us.
To stop us.
Yeah, to stop you from being able to just
You think he's in the tree?
hop back and forth.
I want to go to this tree.
I mean, it would kind of make sense.
Well, perhaps we'll have a choice. And at this point, I once again throw my sphere and it kind of poof, pops up an even bigger little projector screen in front of all of us. And I start playing back Nidus's memories that he stole.
All of you watch the orb alight, and a stream comes from Nidus's mind as Pasha holds it aloft. You begin to go into the memories of this mage. You are in a maze of this man's mind, recreated from Nidus's memory of it in this orb. I will ask you to command what knowledge you seek to wrest from this. It will not simply play out. You must investigate. You must look for what you need to find.
I will say, I think that.
Okay, sorry. Oh my God, I don't want to stop. Do I go on? I can't. It's too long. That's what she said. This happens every single time without fail. I'll get so far through it and I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop watching it. But, you know, being an adult means I have responsibilities, and those responsibilities are supposed to be happening in 25 minutes. And I'm not even close to being sorted yet, so that's fun. Yeah, oh my God, we just got a crap ton of knowledge thrown at us, which is, it's blowing my mind. But real quick, just before we get into that, one, if you've reached this far of the video, thank you so much. It's literally over an hour, so you've just spent an hour of your life watching my video. Couldn't thank you enough. Also, I don't know if you guys, you may know who he is because he's a pretty freaking big YouTuber, but Moist Critical, aka Charlie, aka Big Moist, aka leader of the Hunger Games. So, he is currently about to put out his first episode of his D&D campaign that he's got. He had a lot of help from Critical Role, and if you haven't seen his video on it, I'd recommend going to Critical Role, even have a cameo in the video. It's pretty funny because Charlie's like, he's got this little animated thing going on, and in it he's saying that his campaign's going to be called Critical Role, and he starts talking about it, and then like, you know, Critical Role like ring him, and you know, he answers his phone, and he's like, dude, you're not allowed, you can't call it, we appreciate that you're going into D&D and everything, but you can't call it Critical Role, man. We've told you this, you're gonna have to call it something else. And of course Sam pops up being like, well, I like it, I think it's great. So, you know, typical Sam behavior. But yeah, if you guys like want to watch me like react to it, because obviously I'm really big into this right now, and I love Charlie's videos. It'll be a lot more, I would imagine, like, I'd say probably an R rating, because Charlie's language at times can be pretty goddamn vulgar. It's but in like a hilarious way, not in like a horrible way. If you know, you know. But yeah, if you guys are interested in me reacting to that, because I'll be watching them anyways, then let me know in the comments, and I will 100% do that. If not, I'll just watch it on my own. But yeah, anyways, back to what we've just seen. So we found out, the main thing that we found out is the fact that Xerxes had went to Patia in order to lock away a memory. That memory being the fact that his husband didn't get resurrected, and he just couldn't bear the pain of the fact that they've tried a true resurrection spell, something that will revive someone even by name. Doesn't have to be a drop of blood or a cell, just purely by name they can be resurrected. And it apparently didn't work, and he couldn't cope with all that, so he got that memory locked away. But as I was trying to surmise, he faded away. He didn't die, if I remember correctly. It's not like he, got buried and had a funeral for him. He just kind of disappeared. So we then go on to figure out that possibly he's still alive, and he might be in the tree. Or, they're probably going to be going to the tree now anyways, but he might be in the tree right now, which would be a pretty cool thing. I don't know what he's doing in the tree. I also don't know why he disappeared. But apparently, from going to the celestial plane and coming back, he, as I so elegantly put it, contracted some sort of celestial chlamydia, and I'm pretty sure it has faded away for that reason. Or maybe it wasn't even an ailment. Maybe it was a good thing, and he accepted some sort of power. I generally don't know. This could be anything. It's all up in the air. It could be anything from, like I said, he's accepted some sort of celestial power, to he's being cursed, to any array of things. I suppose that's the beautiful thing about D&D. It could literally be anything, because there's so much lore and information and things that they can pull on in homebrew and create themselves, that trying to figure it out for yourself is damn near impossible. It's all up in Brennan's noodle, and he will reveal them when he feels like it. But yes, I really enjoyed that episode, and the next one will hopefully be just as good. Because I've done 3 red versus blue videos in a row, by the way, because I finished season 7 pretty quick. So I will do another one of these as for my next video as well. So we'll try and get through episode 3 real quick, because I feel it only fair. And since I think we've got an hour and a half left, I'll either have to do 2 45-minute episodes, or I can try and just get all of the next little chunk out of the way, the next hour and a half done, which will be an extra long video, which means a very long rendering time, but it'll probably be worth it, because you guys enjoy the longer episodes, and if it weren't for the rendering time, I wouldn't mind doing them, but I don't have a freaking NASA computer, unfortunately. Yes, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It does help massively, and I do massively appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.